Hey everyone, Tankenstein here, and welcome to Stock to Spaded. In this episode, I'll be showcasing the Leopard 2A7HU. This is a currently rank 8 battle rating 11.7 main battle tank in the Italian Ground Forces tech tree, though of course flies for the Hungarian flag in that sub-tech tree. Now that being said, of course being that this is a Stock to Spaded video, I will take this through at least 3 matches, with the first match being fully stock, second match being about halfway spaded, and the third match being fully spaded, so you can get a feel for how good this thing is. Again, fully stock, halfway spaded, and then fully spaded, so that you yourself can determine whether or not you might want to grind for this vehicle in the first place, and then see exactly what this vehicle plays like throughout the grinding process. Now with that being said, if you don't mind, please consider subscribing if you like content like this, but without further ado, let's get into the video. So of course here we are fully stocked with the 2A7HU. If you guys don't know, the HU basically just denotes that this is the Hungarian 2A7. It is slightly different than the 2A7, was it, the AV if I'm not mistaken it is, with the Germans, in that this has a 50 cal HMG remote weapon station up top, which in my opinion makes this actually the best of the Leopard 2s in War Thunder, or at least the best of the Leopard 2A7s currently in game, because that 50 cal is a huge upgrade over the LMGs that the standard Leopard 2s have. So this will allow you to destroy things like did I just see an enemy? Like tracks. It will be able to go after helicopters, some aircraft if you get lucky in shooting them, so on and so forth. You guys know how 50 cals work. That said, we do of course have an enemy here. Is he gonna notice? Nope, he won't. Oh, and I got lucky! Whoa! Holy cow, that did no damage. So, the great thing about this vehicle is that it used to be that fully stocked top-tier vehicles would not get access to APF-SDS. Now they do, and it's only the DM33 rather, but it has close to 500 millimeters of armor pen, which in my opinion is it's not bad. It's decent. You know, I really can't complain about it, especially being that this does have the superior cannon, the L55 cannon. So it does have better muzzle velocity, which then equates to higher armor pen. Do we have an enemy over here somewhere? And down there, it looks like. Ooh, we got the track. Can I get a second kill here? Misa hopes. And Misa don't think I will. I'm gonna stop speaking like that because I'm not Jar Jar Binks. But as you guys can see, I mean, reasonably, it's got some reasonable damage. Of course, I did hit the side shot, or the sides of these enemy tanks, which, of course, if you hit the side of the enemy tank, regardless of if you have the better APF-SDS or not, you will typically get an armor pen. So I'm going to go ahead and turn around here. It looks like we have an enemy. Ooh, yes we do. That was... Don't look what I just did. Whatever I just did was unholy, should never have been seen by human eyes. But we got ourselves a kill thanks to that remote weapon station up top. So typically what I like to do when it comes to stock to spaded, of course, this is fully stock. So pretty much, again, what you can expect, you do at least have the DM33, which with this cannon is actually, in my opinion, reasonably good. It's not at all a bad shell. You do get about 500, again, millimeters of armor pen, which is pretty decent. And you also do have the option, I don't even know where in the heck these people are. You also, of course, have the option... farts, right? Yuckies. But you do... What is even going on here? But you do also have the option for the Heat FS, which I would obviously not use. The turret traverse on this, it's okay. Bear in mind, I do not have an expert crew, so this is just fully stock. I do have targeting upgraded as well as commanders, but those are not fully maxed out in their own respective capacities. even regardless of the fact that this is not an expert crew. So it's not all that great. Right now I'm getting around, I think, like 25-ish millimeters of, whatchamacallit, 25 degrees per second of turret traverse. So again, not fantastic. Not terrible, just not fantastic. I know I got an enemy down there who is almost definitively looking at... It doesn't even matter. I'm dead now. But overall, thus far, this is a very reasonable vehicle, and having that top-mounted HMG helps out tremendously. So before we get into the halfway spaded match, I just wanted to mention finally that this vehicle, it's not all that fast. It's only got, if I'm not mistaken, 20 or 21 to 1 horsepower per ton power to weight ratio when fully stock, which is not very good for an MBT. That's because of all of that composite armor that you see on the front of it, which should stop an ATGM like you see right there. But of course, it is still very well armed, even fully stock. That DM33 can pen through a lot of enemy vehicles pretty easily, just so long as you know where to shoot. That said though, let's get into the halfway spaded. So here we are about halfway spaded with this vehicle, and as you can see, I've kept the DM33. The reason being is because, you know, that's the thing that so many people go for, like immediately upon reaching the last row. Like they go for, I think it's the DM53 in this case, or the 63, whichever. And so if I were just to get that, then it would almost be kind of like this is a fully spaded vehicle, you know, of course, minus some of the speed. So instead of that, of course, I've gotten the engine upgrade. I've gotten, obviously, smoke grenades, parts, FPE, things like that. So this is a bit better. Is it, like, amazingly better? No, but there are some quality of life differences here. I do have a better power to weight ratio, which is definitely nice. However, of course, this is still kind of a slow vehicle, insofar... Ugh, I hate it. There he is. Okay. Insofar as vehicles like this are concerned, again, MBTs tend to be pretty fast. This is definitely not one of those ones. It's kind of slow. So that said, hopefully I can kill this guy. If I keep setting him on fire... Okay, good. We have ourselves an assist, which works for me. But, I mean, overall, I am noticing, again, this is a little bit better. But again, quality of life improvements. Really, if you're flanking with this vehicle, for example, rather than just going head-on, like what a lot of people might end up... Ooh! Like what a lot of people might end up doing, you're going to be able to pen through them either way. You know, like, that is not going to be too much of a concern for you. Whereas with, you know, if you're going to be going through the front, of course you need that enhanced APF SDS. Again, I forget exactly which one it is, the DM53, 63, but you will need it in that instance. Here, I really don't see it. I don't see the necessity all too much, just because this is, you know, it's fine the way it is. If you had Heat FS, you know, I'd be really concerned for you, but again, this vehicle, ooh, is fine the way it is. That was not a good idea on my part. There he is. Got ourselves, ooh, loader, driver, and horizontal turret drive. That is the death knell of somebody stuck like that. So, that said, I mean, not too bad. We have ourselves 3 kills and an assist. I mean, this thing just plenty good. Like I said, I feel like the big upgrade for this over, for example, the standard 2A7, again, I think it's the AV, is the fact that this has that top-mounted remote weapon station, the 50 cal. Which is really nice, you know, and it's actually very functional at this BR. I think I've already gotten a kill with it versus a wolf pack, if I'm not mistaken, like a striker. So it is definitely very usable. Even aside from just getting assist or destroying modules, you can destroy some enemies with it. So, I mean, it's just an overall nice upgrade. Can't complain all too much. Again, even with the enhanced engine upgrade, this thing is still a bit slow. Don't worry, I'm going to try not to base camp here. But, you know, this thing is still definitely a touch slow. Is he going to get me? He's going to get me. Okay, and we have the aim. Not too bad. Let's see, I'm going to probably try to cross this bridge, because I really don't like base camping. So, I mean, overall, halfway spaded, honestly, doesn't feel like a huge increase, like a huge jump in performance and capabilities over the standard, like the stock. Not really. And I think a big part of that is because you get that stock APF SDS. Like, if you didn't, this would be huge. But right now, you know, with the DM33, this is trusty enough, especially, again, like I mentioned in the stock portion of this video, with that long 55. I mean, it's the L55A1, which is just so nice. You know, it really does offer an increase in performance for this thing when it's stock. You know, as opposed to a Leopard 2A5, for example, that has the L44. So, overall, this is a very, very nice vehicle. I think we're going to win this. So, that said, not too bad. 4 kills, 1 assist. More or less about the same performance as what I had in the fully stock match. Is this guy going to go this way? I don't know. If he did, that'd be nice. But it's... Ooh. Not all too bad indeed, even considering the fact that, you know, quite honestly, again, there's nowhere else for me to go. You know, as much as I hate being in their base, there's nowhere else for me to go. We've already won this match. We've dominated these people. And, of course, it was against an American team. So, again, enough rambling aside, I'll say again, pretty big upgrade on this vehicle. At least in terms of quality of life, it is somewhat more maneuverable. But otherwise, halfway spaded, not a huge upgrade because it has that nice cannon and APF SDS all the way from stock. That said, let's get fully spaded. And here we are, fully spaded with the 2A7HU, the Who. And so, what I will say about this vehicle is that, by and large, yeah, it is upgraded. I would say probably the biggest upgrade is, of course, having that DM53. Provides about 150 millimeters more of armor pen on the top end compared to the DM33. Actually, a little bit more than that even. I think closer to like 160. But, you know, otherwise, yeah, it sees a decent enough increase in mobility, which is obviously nice. It does see a decent enough increase in turret traverse rate, for example, and also, of course, you have your commander's optics, which are nice as well, but that's pretty much it. You know, like, this isn't some huge upgrade, and I think by getting APF SDS as a standard option for top-tier vehicles, like standard equipment, it really kind of makes the grind a bit easier, but obviously I think that's the point. Basically, I mean, like, yeah, this is an improvement, but it's not as big of an improvement as, you know, getting fully spaded at top tier used to be. So it definitely feels nice. I do not have the mine protection equipped on this thing simply because, at least in my opinion, mine protection is not necessary. You know, it just protects the lower glacis and not nearly enough to actually protect against typical shells that you're going to be fighting, right? Like, I guess it helps out a little bit, but again, I hit him. But again, it's just not nearly enough. So let's go ahead and hopefully, I think that was a Leclerc from you. Ho, buddy. Right through the front, we have, what, an HSTVL? Hopefully he didn't notice me. And bear in mind also, I do not have an expert crew. This is fully stock crew on this. But in general, yeah, I mean, this is very nice, you know. I'm not going to equip the mine protection because, again, personally, I kind of find it to be a bit silly. I don't find it to be necessary at all. You're adding 2.5 tons of weight to your vehicle. Ooh, lucky me. You're adding, or not 2.5, but like, I think 2.2 tons of weight. So it more or less just kind of slows it down for essentially minimal protection, which, again, in my opinion, simply is not worth it. I'm going to go chase this guy a little bit. Not a good idea. But we got the commander. His cannon breach is shot. So what do I really think about this vehicle? Well, in short, I like it, you know. But the problem with so many vehicles at and around top tier, and this is a problem kind of going around War Thunder, right? It's the fact that these vehicles, while good, there's already a 2A7 out there, right? There's heaps of Leopard 2 variants around the game. And so, while obviously this is a fun vehicle to play, we already have it. we already have variants of this. We already have the 2A7, the standard 2A7 in the German tech tree, or the 2A7AV, whatever the variant is. We already have XYZ thing, like, pretty much everywhere. Can I hit this guy? Nah, I don't think I can. No biggie. So I'm going to go ahead and respawn, but not bad thus far. I've gotten 5 kills. But as I was saying, we already have, you know, so many variants. The 2A7, this is not too different from the 2A7AV in that, you know, it's pretty much the same vehicle except with a better weapon system, kind of. Like, if I had to say that, if I would give the 2A7AV, I don't know, like an 8 out of 10, I'd give this like an 8.25 out of 10. Not really much different. The only real... Oh, nice. I got an assist for that. The only difference here is that this has a 50 cal mount on top, which is nice, you know? I mean, I already got a kill in this gameplay via that. I think via the wolf pack. I may have already mentioned that. I'm not entirely sure. I end up repeating myself more than I want. But that's pretty much it. And then the 2A7 itself is not much different. I mean, it is obviously different, but it's not much different compared to the 2A6. And the 2A6 itself is not much different from the 2A5, and one could make an argument, potentially not that much of an argument, but that's not all too different from the 2A4, so on and so forth. And so this is just kind of like an evolution of tanks that's been going on for so damn long. And yes, while this vehicle is obviously, and I do mean obviously, the king of the heap when it comes to top tier vehicles. If this guy scouts me, man, I'm going to be so upsetios. But while this is obviously the king of the heap when it comes to Leopard 2s, it's like, on one hand by a good amount, but on the other hand by not much. And so, do I like it? Yeah, you know, I really do. And I feel like this is a really, really good vehicle for Italy to have, and I'm glad that they do have it. However, it's just not, I don't know, it's just not too big of a difference from the 2A7. It doesn't feel like a unique vehicle, but I do really like it, and I feel that this is definitely a good addition to the Italian ground tech tree because it makes them a lot better. But that's pretty much all I have to say about that. If I'm going to give it scores, I'm going to give it an 8.25 out of 10. When it comes to armament, I'll give it a maybe a 5 out of 10 when it comes to mobility. It is pretty slow relative to other MBTs. And I'd probably say like 5.5-ish out of 10 when it comes to survivability. Not all too great, but still, again, top of the heap when it comes to Leopard tanks. And I do feel that when playing it. So, do I recommend it? Yeah. You know, as far as the Italian tanks are concerned, or as far as tanks in the Italian tech tree are concerned, it's definitely a good one. And I don't think that you're going to have any problems or you're going to be upset after getting it. So, thanks so much for watching. If you don't mind, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. Sorry for dying twice in that vehicle in this match, but still not too bad. Either way, thanks again. I'll see you all on the other side. Take care, everyone. Gotcha! Gonna get him some more. Gotcha, buddy. Take care, everyone. Oh, look at that. I got another kill. Now take care, everyone. See, Mom, I'm not a loser.